The storm was merciless. The mighty ship, once a symbol of human endeavor, was shattered into splinters by the raging sea. Waves, like giants' hands, pulled every soul aboard into the dark, unforgiving depths. All were lost, all but one. By a grace he could not yet understand, he survived. Bruised, exhausted, and half-drowned, the waves carried him, depositing his broken body on the sandy shore of a deserted island. When consciousness slowly returned, his eyes opened not to the familiar faces of loved ones, but to the vast, empty expanse of a lonely paradise. He was utterly alone. His first act was not to explore, not to find food, but to pray.
"Oh God, please help me! Send someone! Send anything, I beg of you!" Days turned into a week. His prayers echoed back at him, unanswered. His nights were spent shivering on the cold sand. Hope began to feel like a distant memory. Finally, resignation set in. This island was his fate. If God would not save him, he would have to save himself.
He built a small hut, a shelter, a heart, a symbol of his will to survive. It wasn't much, but it was his. It was a testament to his own effort in the face of silence. Then one day, disaster struck again. Returning from foraging, he saw the orange glow against the twilight sky. His hut, his only possession, was engulfed in flames. Something inside him snapped. All the fear, the loneliness, the desperate prayers erupted in a torrent of anger. He shook his fists at the heavens. "I begged you for help. I built this with my own hands, the one thing that kept me safe, and you burned it to the ground. Why are you so cruel?" He fell asleep on the sand, his spirit as scorched as the remains of his shelter. But the morning brought a sound he had prayed for so long. A loud, sharp horn cut through the sound of the waves. His eyes flew open. There, on the horizon, was a ship, and a smaller boat was rowing towards the shore. Tears of relief streamed down his face as he was helped aboard. Once on the ship, he turned to the captain, his voice trembling with emotion. How
did you find me? How did you know I was here?" "We saw your signal, the column of smoke from your fire. We knew someone was here." The man stood in stunned silence. The signal? The fire? He hadn't lit a signal fire. And then it hit him. The fire that destroyed his hut.
The very tragedy he had cursed was his salvation. His knees felt weak. He hadn't been forgotten. He hadn't been punished. He had been heard. His plan was for shelter, but God's plan was for rescue. His plan was small. God's plan was grand. And in that moment, he understood. He didn't just see a burning hut. He saw a divine lighthouse. He started thanking God, not for the rescue, but for the fire. If we look at our own lives, we'll see a similar story. We make meticulous plans. We chart our course. And when the ship of our ambition seems to sink, we cry out for help, expecting it to come in the form we imagine. But when trouble comes, when our own huts catch fire, our faith wavers, our patience breaks, we shake our fists at the sky and complain, "Why me? Why this?" Yet, in those very moments of apparent destruction, the universe might be orchestrating a rescue we can't yet see. In a world of over 8 billion people, remember this. There is a purpose and a plan for you. Our efforts and God's blessings are the two oars that can row us to safety. We must keep rowing even when we can't see the shore. So the next time your plans fall apart, when everything seems to be happening against your wishes, take a deep breath. Remember the man on the island, and trust that perhaps, just perhaps, a greater plan is at work. A plan that is bigger, bolder, and infinitely better than anything you could have ever planned for yourself.